Good morning. Already we have to see the topics, elementary properties, the basic formulas and basic problem also we have to see. Next going to see the properties, Z transform, elementary properties. Find the Z transform properties also. Linear property, first one. Z of A into f of n plus b into g of n equal to A into f of z plus b into g of z. Z of f of n equal to capital F of z. Z of g of n equal to capital G of z. A and b are constants. Small a and b are constants. Proof. Z transform of A into f of n plus b into g of n equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity A into f of n plus b into g of n into z power minus n. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity A into f of n z power minus n plus summation n equal to 0 to infinity b into g of n z power minus n. A into z f of n plus b z into g of n. A into capital F of z plus b into capital G of z. Therefore, A into the Z transform of A into F of n plus b into G of n equal to A into capital F of z plus b into G of z. This one is the linear property. Second one, first shifting property. If Z of f of t equal to capital F of z, then Z of e power minus at f of t equal to f of z into e power at, or z of e power minus at into f of t equal to f of z tends to z power z e power at, comma z transform of e power at into f of t equal to f of z into z tends to z e power minus at. Z f of t equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of nt into z power minus n. Z into e power minus at f of t, summation n equal to 0 to infinity e power minus a nt into f of nt into z power minus n. F of nt z e power minus e power at whole power minus n. F of z into e power at. This one is the f of z into e power at. Next property is change of scale property. If Z transform of f of n equal to capital F of z, then Z transform of a power n into f of n equal to f of z by a. Proof. F of Z transform of f of n equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z power minus n. Z transform of a power n into f of n equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity a power n f of n into z power minus n. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity capital small f of n z by a whole power minus n. F of z by a equal to f of z tends to z by a. Next one, second shifting property. If z of f of n equal to f of z, then z of f of n plus 1 equal to z into f of z minus z into f of 0. Differentiation in z domain. Z of n into f of n equal to minus z into d by dz f of z, where f of z equal to z of n. Z into n into f of t equal to minus z into d by dz f of z, where f of z equal to z into f of t. F of z equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n z power minus n. D by dz of f of z, d by dz of summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into z power minus n. Summation n equal to 0 to infinity f of n into minus n into z power minus n minus 1. Minus 1 by z summation n equal to 0 to infinity n into f of n into z power minus n equal to minus 1 by z into n f of n z into n f of n equal to minus z into d by dz f of z. Z into e power minus iat. Z of e power minus iat equal to z transform of e power minus iat into 1. Z of 1, z tends to z e power iat. Z by z minus 1, z tends to z e power iat. Z e power iat divided by z e power iat minus 1. Z transform of cos at and z transform of sin at. E power iat into 1 e power iat z by z minus 1 z into e power minus iat and substitute the values. Therefore z transform of cos at equal to z transform of cos at equal to z into z minus cos at divided by z square minus 2z cos at plus 1. Z transform of sin at equal to z into sin at by z square minus 2z cos at plus 1. Thank you for watching.